Dear students, previous classes discussed about some important notes in cell diet of life. Today onwards, some important notes on remaining cell diet of life. That is, what is the meaning of satellite chromosome? What is the meaning of satellite chromosome? Dear students, satellite chromosome with a non-staining secondary constriction at a constant location, and this gives the appearance of a small fragment that is called satellite chromosome. So dear students, so this is a chromosome. So this chromosome are having to will be containing one constriction. This is a primary constriction or centromere, and this is another chromatid, and would be containing one structure, small fragment like structure. So this is also known as satellite chromosome. Small fragment. This is a small fragment. This is a centromere or primary constriction. This is a secondary constriction. Dear students, this is a normal chromosome. The normal chromosome would be containing two chromatids attached on the mid part of the centromere or primary constriction to be appeared V-shaped. Okay, and the second chromatid. The second end of the chromatid are having appearance of a small fragment-like structure, small bulb-like structure or small fragment-like structure. That is known as satellite chromosome or secondary constriction. Satellite chromosome or secondary constriction. Okay, now these two are chromatids. This is a first chromatid. This is a second chromatid. Only end of the second chromatid, only tip of the or end of the secondary chromatid would be containing small fragment or small bulb-like structure. That is called satellite chromosome. Clearly, once again, satellite chromosome with a non-staining secondary constriction. So there is no involved pigments. There is no appeared in color, not appeared in different colors. So only to be appeared white in color. Okay, now satellite chromosome with a non-staining secondary constriction at a constant location. By means located at the tip of the secondary chromatid. And this satellite chromosome gives the appearance of a small fragment that is called satellite chromosome. So this is about the satellite chromosome. Next, coming to microbodies. This is also cell organelles. These are single membrane bound cell organelles. So what are the microbodies? Okay, now peroxisomes and glycosomes are called microbodies. What is the importance of glycosome and what is the importance of peroxisome? Now, so glycosomes contain some amount of the enzymes of glycolate cycle, so which convert stored lipids into carbohydrates. Okay, now glycosomes will be containing some amount of the enzymes in their glycolate cycle. So in this enzymes which convert stored lipids into carbohydrates, that is the importance of glycosomes. Next, coming to peroxisomes. So peroxisomes is also containing some amount of the enzymes. These enzymes is always which convert fatty acids into carbohydrates. First one, lipids get converted into carbohydrates, At the same time, some amount of the fatty acids are converted into carbohydrates. That is the importance of micro bodies. That is peroxisomes and glycosomes. So the peroxisomes and glycosomes both are single membrane bound cell organelles. Okay, now this is micro bodies. And next coming to middle lamella. In generally, a single plant cell is surrounded by cell wall and below the cell membrane and occurs in the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm will be containing several larger cell organelles and several smaller cell organelles. But here in this cell wall is also consisting of three layers. First layer are here primary cell wall. This is a primary cell wall. And second one here. So this is a secondary cell wall. Primary cell wall and this is a secondary cell wall. And primary cell wall and secondary cell wall mid of the primary cell wall and secondary cell wall mid of the middle lamella. This is a middle lamella. So this is a nucleus and containing chromosomes, and this is also cytoplasm. This is a general plant cell. In a typical plant cell is covered by cell wall, and below the cell membrane or plasma membrane and occupies cytoplasm. This cytoplasm would be containing nucleus and as well as larger cell organelles and smaller cell organelles. But here the cell wall consisting of three parts. One is primary cell wall, second one is middle lamella, third one is secondary cell wall. By means the primary cell wall and secondary cell wall mid of the one cell wall, that is known as middle lamella. This is a middle lamella. Okay now. So dear students, middle lamella is made up of calcium pectate. Primary cell wall and secondary cell wall between of the middle lamella. By means middle lamella is present between of the primary cell wall and secondary cell wall. But only importance of the middle lamella. So in this middle lamella is made up of calcium pectate. What is the importance of middle lamella? So dear students, it holds or glues the different neighboring cells. Is always together. So in generally a plant body is made up of a group of cells or more than two cells. So these cells, one cell to other cell is connected by with the help of middle lamella. Plant body is made up of group of cells or more than two cells. So in those of cells are arranged one to each other or lie side by side. So in this time, so in those of group of cells or one cell to other cell attached is always helping of the middle lamella. That is it holds or glues the different neighboring cells. Together. That is the importance of middle lamella. Okay now. Next coming to another important area here, osmosis. What is the meaning of osmosis? What is the role of osmosis? So dear students, movement of water by diffusion across the membrane by means across the cell membrane. So the movement of water inside to outside and outside to inside. So movement of water or movement of ions or movement of solutes by diffusion across the membrane, that is across the cell membrane. Cell membrane is always, or plasma membrane is always present below the cell wall. Okay now. So in this process, water moves from higher concentration region to lower concentration, higher concentration region to lower concentration across the plasma membrane or across the cell membrane, that is known as osmosis. Okay now, osmosis, movement of water by diffusion across the membrane, that is observed in a typical plant cell. So in a typical plant cell, to be observed water molecules and some amount of the ions and some amount of the solutes is always passing through across the cell membrane, inside to outside. Okay now, movement of water by diffusion across the membrane. So in this osmosis process, water moves from higher concentration region to lower concentration region, or higher concentration to lower concentration across the plasma membrane. This is a plasma membrane or cell membrane, across the plasma membrane or cell membrane. That is osmosis. Okay now, next coming to, especially in prokaryotic cell organisms, that is bacteria. Bacteria are of two types based on the cell wall composition. One bacteria is gram-positive bacteria, another bacteria is gram-negative bacteria. Dear students, in prokaryotic organisms, the best examples are here bacteria. So in this bacteria are generally are of two types based on the chemical composition of cell membrane, based on the chemical composition of cell envelope or cell membrane. These two types of bacteria are here. One is gram-stained bacteria, another one is gram-negative bacteria. So this phenomenon first to be observed, Christian Gram, to be using one colorful pigment, one staining solution, that is crystal violet solution. So in this crystal violet solution, so to be spread in those of bacteria cell walls. One of the bacteria cell wall to be observed crystal violet solution, another bacteria cell wall to be not observed crystal violet solution. So hence one is gram-positive bacteria, another one is gram-negative bacteria. Okay now, bacteria that take up gram stain, that is a crystal violet solution. This is a one staining pigment or one staining solution. Bacteria that take up gram stain are called gram-positive, and some bacteria that do not are gram stain are called gram-negative. This is a chemical composition of cell envelope. Chemical composition of cell envelope first to be observed Christian Gram, to be using of the crystal violet solution. So in this crystal violet solution to be spraying of bacteria cell walls. One bacteria cell wall to be receiving of the crystal violet solution, another bacteria cell wall not receiving of the crystal violet solution. The receiving of the crystal violet solution bacteria are named as gram-positive bacteria. Not receiving of the crystal violet solution of bacteria is known as gram-negative bacteria. Anyhow, two types of bacteria are to be appeared in the prokaryotic organisms. One is gram-positive bacteria, second one is gram-negative bacteria. So the gram-positive bacteria, best examples are here E. coli or Escherichia coli. Gram-negative bacteria, the best examples are here Lactobacillus. These are two useful bacteria in economically importance of human beings. In generally, Escherichia coli is a common living of the human being intestine, and Lactobacillus is also generally grown on curd. So this Lactobacillus is directly, milk is converted into curd. Milk is directly converted into curd with the help of Lactobacillus bacteria. Okay, now this is some important notes on cell unit of life. Okay, now